Cheap Eats is filmed under poverty conditions with a live studio audience dubbed in after the fact.
As a surprise for my grandparents who are coming to visit, my mom asked me to make one of my famous pudding pies. I didn't actually know that my pudding pies were famous, but I'm going to step up one of my usual things, and I'm going to attempt to make a chocolate cheesecake swirl pudding pie. The ingredients for the pudding pie are really simple. Jell-O pudding mixes. Obviously for this one we need chocolate and cheesecake. Milk, I always use 2%. Those graham cracker pie crusts that you guys are familiar with if you've seen me make anything at all like a pie. Then of course you're also going to need 2 mixing bowls, 2 spoons, and a measuring cup. In each separate bowl you need to put one of each of the pudding mixes. In this one the chocolate, obviously. And 1.5 cups of milk. And this is because the instructions on the box tell you 1 3/4 cup for a single package or 2 3/4 cups for 2 packages, and we're compromising because they're separate. This will give us 3 total cups. For each pudding mix, once the milk is in, just start mixing. Make it smooth and creamy. For the pies, we're adding less milk so that it gets thicker and more solid as it chills. For normal pudding, you add more milk than we just did. This is a challenge for me because I have to stir 2 types. You don't want to go too long between each. Oh, look at the mess. You don't want to go too long between each type because it will clump. Yay! Clumping is bad. You also, as I demonstrated over there, need to go slow enough that you don't cause the entire thing to slop. Now for the secret ingredient. I didn't say anything about a secret ingredient. Well, there is. Vanilla. Just a little in the cheesecake side. Just a tiny little bit. That might even be too much, but I think we can make it work. Again, I talked about this in the banana cream pie episode. Too much vanilla will overpower everything. We've got this cheesecake pudding mix here, which is already starting to thicken up. You've got this chocolate pudding mix here, which is really thickening up quite nicely. Probably because I splashed half of it out. The part that I could not do while holding a camera. We're now going to put the 2 different types of pudding in. Now, as you just saw, I already put chocolate on 2 different sides. Then you pour the cheesecake on the other side. So there is the sort of finished product, which is to say not finished at all. Because next you need spread and kind of flatten, because you want, you know, this to go up against the crust a bit. We're also going to swirl it. Put it in the fridge because, there we go, it needs to chill for at least an hour, more like 3 hours, but in this case, overnight, because we have to be to work at 7 in the morning, and that means it's time for bed. And then wake up in the morning and check on the pie, which is now nice and solid. It smells pretty good. Then put the pie back into the refrigerator to chill and go to work. Then come home from work, 8.5 hours later, grab the pie out of the fridge, and go. Incidentally, this is my new car, the Chevy Malibu that my dad used to drive, that I drove for the week after his honeymoon, that he signed over to me now that he's married and they're all living happy and stuff, so I can drive places now! Surprise ingredient number 2. Close up.
Surprise ingredient number 2 is Mom.
Yes, we're putting her in the pudding pie. No.
No!
Mom got strawberries and whipped cream. I don't use whipped cream, but other people do. And we are putting it on top of the pudding pie.
But we have ice cream instead of whipped cream also.
I don't put ice cream on pudding pie.
Okay.
Really properly, you don't put anything on pudding pie.
Well, okay, we can put it beside the pudding pie.
Grandpa takes his first bite.
Was that your phone?
Watch my face. Now watch him keel over dead. Any good?
Delicious.
Are you lying?
No,
Just
it's
because I'm your
delicious.
grandson?
No.
Nom 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 nom.